decided you're definitely going to send National Guard troops to Chicago?
I didn't say when, but the answer is, look, Chicago's very interesting because I watched Pritzker get up and say about, we don't need help, we're safe. But 2 weeks ago, they had 6 people murdered, and they had 24 people hit by bullets. Last week, as you know, it was 7 people, 24 people hit, and 7 people died. And then over the last 2 days, that was the crown jewel. They had, I guess, 9 or 10 killed, and 50 hit with bullets. And you have this governor get up, who's a terrible governor. Probably he and Gavin Newsom would be probably the 2 worst and most naive. They're naive. Either they're naive or they're very untruthful. And he'll say, we don't want any protection. We don't need. So in the last 3 weeks, he's lost almost 20 people killed. There's no place in the world, including you can go to Afghanistan, you can go to places that you would think of. They don't even come close to this. Chicago is a hellhole right now. Baltimore is a hellhole right now. Parts of Los Angeles are terrible. If we didn't put out the fires, and I mean the other fires, the bullet fires, they didn't do a good job with, they should have had the water coming down, like I said. You know, we had to release the water. We had to go in and release the water to LA. It's so badly run. But if I didn't send the National Guard into Los Angeles, I would be making an announcement today. I'd be talking about Huntsville, and I'd simultaneously be saying, by the way, the Olympics is not coming to Los Angeles. If we didn't do that, and even the sheriff, the top law enforcement person in Los Angeles said, we could not have handled it without them.
That's pretty crazy to even think about, and that is true. The places that are marketed to us as the worst, and I think there's marketed it to us as the worst because obviously we know about war, we know about, crumbling infrastructure, all of that type of stuff. We also are familiar with the fact that they don't have a lot of resources in a lot of these places. So, when we talk about poverty, but when you talk about actual real crime, if you look at it and you start to pay attention to it, and the fact that over 57 people were shot last weekend in Chicago, and you can expect for over 50 people to get shot, yet you have governors and mayors that are saying, no, this is not a problem. Please don't stop the crime here. That is the real crime. That is the real atrocity because, yes, crime should not be normal considering that it's not even normal in the places that it's supposed to be normalized in.